Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandy Ballard, the Badass Business Coach. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. And thanks for downloading and sharing the podcast with others because, you know, it's over 100,000 downloads now. And I just saw a Facebook memory that said last year at this time, I was excited that I had 50,000. So in 1 year, I got 50,000 downloads, whereas it took me 4 years just to get to this point. So that's super cool. So thank you so much for being here and being part of this and my journey. And um, let me know if there's anything else you want to hear about. But for right now, I help people realize their badassness. They can do more, be more, and achieve more. Don't forget, if you haven't, make sure you follow me on social media. Point out, message me that you're a listener so I can shout out and follow you back, all right? And my website, badassbusiness.coach. Lots of worksheets on there, information about my women's taboo tribe, workshops, all that fun stuff, right? And yes, thank you again for being here and for connecting with me. And happy Memorial Day for those of us, I believe, in the United States. We're the ones that celebrate that. And it's a very weird thing to say, happy, when you're honoring those who aren't with us any longer. But it's what we've been brought up to say. Happy Memorial Day, happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Not to start off on a weird, somber note, but, the podcast is falling on a holiday. So that's what it is. So, and holidays affect us in business and in life. And it's, here in America, most of the businesses are going to be closed. And, for those who are open, hopefully after last year, they made it and you're going to be thriving and happy. And I love the National Calendar website. I'm not sure if you've ever checked that out, but they have this day of thing. And so I went to their website to see, what does it say about Memorial Day? How did we get to this happy Memorial Day? And it says, for many Americans, Memorial Day conjures up images of hamburgers, hot dogs, swimming pools, and summertime. But the last Monday in May serves, most importantly, as a time to honor those who died while fighting in the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a holiday steeped in somber American history and tradition, and the day actually began as Decoration Day following the Civil War, when mourners placed flowers on the graves of the Union and Confederate soldiers. Yes, Memorial Day has also come to signify, gosh, pull it together, Ballard, signify the unofficial start of summer. But let's take a moment to remember the heroes who made it all possible. So thank you for putting up with that. And if you can hear the screaming child in the background, clearly she's celebrating Memorial Day a little bit herself. But, when you live here in the condo, it's what you got to deal with. Oh, so thank you for taking a moment to honor those who fought and unfortunately gave their life so we can have the life that we have, the businesses we have, the careers we have, and the freedoms that we have. And yes, we know no matter where you are in the world, nothing truly is free. We have to work our asses off for what we have. We can, and my goal as a business coach is to make sure you love what you do and do what you love. No matter how excited you are to get up and get at it every day, it's still work. It just doesn't have to suck. Am I right? With that said, how have you been doing refocusing on you, putting yourself and your priorities first? I spoke with my client that I've referenced the last few podcasts again last Thursday, and he said it's going great with him stepping back from fixing his staff's mistakes, as they have now stepped up. And instead of asking for his help or his opinion or what would you do, they're now reporting how they fixed their own mistakes. It's super exciting to see, coaching taking place. And you see how that works, people? You empower others, teach them, guide them, and at some point the baby birds have to learn to fly. And he said the monthly report will come out this week, and so he'll be able to see and compare the last few months of redos and mistakes and see how much those have decreased, and he can check his own progress as well. Again, so excited to see my coaching working. And now, in turn, he's not sighing before he walks in the door, wondering who's going to blast him with mistakes. that his staff is going to be lined up waiting for his help, and others complaining about his staff. We all know nothing's perfect, no one's perfect, but this is really a step in the right direction, and I'm very excited for him. And what about you? Again, last Monday's podcast was about digging deeper, stop doing shit that isn't helping you grow, and learning to slow down to speed up. So many things, but we're 5 months into the year, and hopefully a mask-free breath of fresh air, if not now, soon, and we can all do a little more than we thought so we can level up. So, what did you stop doing? Like my client stopped fixing his staff's mistakes, and instead he gave them a little more training and empowered them to learn. What did you do to dig a little deeper than normal? For me, I pushed myself during a run and increased my pace and kept it more even, and I increased my mileage. And one client of mine said she dug a little deeper by getting up 30 minutes earlier than she normally did. She did that 3 days in the 1 week, each week. And you hear a lot of gurus saying, get up 30 minutes earlier. It's nothing new. We've all heard it, but it doesn't work for everyone. But she seemed to do okay with it. She's testing it out. And, probably wondering how is getting up earlier, digging deeper. Well, she didn't have to feel rushed. Even though she's working at home, she was getting right into work. And instead, she was able to get a few things done, that personal things that were weighing on her mind during the day and were distracting her. When you work from home, sometimes you're trying not to do your personal stuff, and sometimes you are doing your personal stuff during the day, and it's distracting you from work. She's dubbed herself as not a morning person. And now, with that shift of her mindset, because she saw the results that came with this new quote-unquote habit, and, she stopped referring to herself as not a morning person. Now she's saying, it's not that bad. Look what I've accomplished. The momentum, progress, and results is now what has gotten her excited to get up earlier, to eliminate distractions and stress, and be ready for the day. She's excited to get out of bed. Speaking of getting excited to get up in the morning, I spoke with someone last week about how he's not excited right now. He hasn't been for a while. Not that he doesn't like what he does for a living, but he's also not sure. He's good at it, but it's not exciting him. He's not jumping out of bed ready to get to it and take on the day. And a few podcasts ago, I talked about what keeps you up at night should be what gets you out in the morning. Yes, passion. And not that kind. The passion to get out of bed, ready to kick ass, take on the day, to be excited to work with your clients, patients, customers, whatever you call them. The more we talked with this guy, he shared that he's always just been naturally good at everything. I asked him if this lack of excitement could be because he's not feeling challenged enough. He said maybe. He's used to excelling immediately. And then it hit me. Well, he's not where he thought he'd be, so he's frustrated. He's not used to that. Think about a time when you didn't achieve something or get to the level you wanted to or thought you'd be at by a certain time, or make as much money as you wanted to. How'd you feel? I know I've felt in the past, frustrated, disappointed, sometimes pissed off, and the negative self-talk happens. And what I've seen with many friends and clients, sometimes they'd give up. I talked with him about being passionate about what he does. He said he wants to level up his business and build a team. So I suggested that he take some time to think deeper about his why and decide if this is really what he wants to do for the rest of his life. That's a big, deep thinking time right there. Is this really what I want to do for the rest of my life? And, I even asked him if this business can be a means to fund his passion, to fund what excites him as far as, his hobbies. Sometimes people have the golden handcuffs on and they make a ton of money, but they really don't care for what they do. They're not happy or excited. And others love what they do and say, well, it's not about the money. When we all love to say that. Maybe you do, and that's great. So think about it. This week I want to know, what are you good at? And are you using that skill in your day-to-day, business life, whatever? And are you happy? Again, it's not always going to be fun and games, but it doesn't have to suck. Life itself is work. Some people appear to have it easy, but that's your perception, and you don't know how hard they worked to get to this point. So, if you're not really sure how to, if you're happy or if you're doing what you want to do for the rest of your life or how to level up, give me a call, message me, email me, sandy@sandyballard.com, Sandy with an I. Let's talk. Sign up for your free 30-minute call, or let's do a deep dive, full discovery session. So let's make sure you're set up for success and you're ready to level up and play bigger. All right? Have a great week, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.